But I'd like to begin by saying good evening. My name is Dr. Kelly Willits, and I'm the Academic Director of the Community Folk Art Center, most affectionately known as the Gallery, or the Community Folk Art Gallery. But interestingly enough, when Herb had formally instituted or formally had the gallery recognized, he had the name registered as the Community Folk Art Center, which really is a testament to his vision of what he knew the institution could be rather than what the institution was at the time. On behalf of the CFAC staff, the Board of Directors, and the faculty and staff of the Department of African American Studies, I want to welcome each and every one of you here tonight for this very historic exhibition celebrating the life, work, and art of the late Herbert T. Williams. Before I begin my formal remarks, I'd like to offer regrets from the Chair of the Department of African American Studies, Dr. Masheri Gathai Mugo. Over the next couple of days, we will be hosting the Deputy Secretary General from the United Nations, Dr. Asha Rose Miro, so we really needed to make sure that the chair of the department was able to greet her and meet her appropriately. I would also like to briefly recognize some of our special guests who will be coming up and offering a few words of welcome. The first is one of CFAC's founders, Dr. Mary Schmidt Campbell, Chair of the New York State Council of the Arts, Dean of the Tisch School for the Arts. I would also like to recognize Megan White, who was the former Assistant Director of the Community Folk Arts Center, and she's now the Director of State and Local Partnerships for the New York State Council on the Arts, and as well as a lot of other special friends, Shelley Williams, the widow of Herb Williams, who will also be up here to introduce both friends and family who have journeyed. I understand there's a whole posse, so I look forward to seeing who all is here. Today is a very special day as we gather to commemorate a man whose vision has resulted in an institution who has been committed to bringing the visual and expressive arts to Central New York for over 35 years. What once began as a small storefront on South Salina Street, where artists, students, and community residents could come together to take workshops, attend lectures, display, and discuss art from emerging professionals, from emerging artists and professional artists from the African diaspora, has now emerged into a much larger space. Now the Community Folk Arts Center boasts 2 art galleries, we have a corridor exhibition space, we have a dance studio, we have a visual arts workshop space. The building also has a classroom space, and which also doubles as a film screening room, and then we have the David McDonald Clay Studio. David McDonald is another founder and ceramics professor in the faculty of Syracuse University. Our program has also expanded from youth and adult dance classes that range from West African to ballet to capoeira. We have a yearly film festival and year-round film programming. We have artist workshops that range from graffiti to glassmaking. We have spring arts intensives for young people who are committed and experienced in the arts. We also have an Illuminate the Arts camp, which is for students who are interested in the arts from the ages of 7 to 15, and those camps happen in the winter and the summer. And finally, we have the Kuumba Project, which is a pre-professional artist training program for middle school age students that have to audition, and they all come from the south side, from the city of Syracuse. So we're really very excited. There's no charge for them to participate, and all the teachers are professional artists. It is the result of Herb's vision of African diasporan art, artists, and community, and especially its young people, that laid the foundation for CFAC to thrive in the right environment. We are now in the midst of that environment. Thanks to the faculty of the Department of African American Studies, who have since its inception had a presence in the Syracuse community, and the Chancellor of Syracuse University, whose vision of scholarship and action has created the setting for CFAC to flourish. My own relationship with Herb would be articulated as a very complicated one. I began my career at CFAC in 1990 as a work study student when I transferred into Syracuse. Herb was passionate and committed to the idea and implementation of the gallery, as we called it. And it was that intense emotion that often made it quite challenging to engage with him in particular, but the emotion itself was contagious. Today, I find myself as the academic director of the Community Arts Center, as the faculty teaching the classes that Herb once taught, and as a woman sitting in the office where he once sat and I sat across from him, many a time having those challenging communication events, I like to call them. But I know that that emotion was contagious, and I find myself understanding the passion and dedication, and I am committed to continuing that legacy. And I'm sure, as Gina may share with you and other staff may, that at times they may find me equally complicated. But I understand. Nevertheless, he was one of my greatest teachers, and I'm really thankful for being able to have that sort of experience with a man who had such great vision.